In this video, we are looking at inverse functions or inverse of any given function. Now, to find the inverse of any given function, say a function f of x, g of x, or h of x. Now, there's the need to go through the procedure we need to embark on to find the inverse of any given function. Now, the first procedure or the first step to take is to let y be equal to the given function. So assuming you have a function f of x, so you are going to let y be equal to that function f of x. If it is g of x or h of x, whatever function that will be given, let y be equal to that function. Now the next step is to interchange the positions of x and y. So after letting y equal to their given function, wherever you see x, you put y there, and wherever you see y, you put x there. That is the interchange of the positions of x and y. Now after doing so, you make y the subject of the relation or the new equation that you have. And after making y the subject, y becomes the inverse of that given function. So it's a very simple procedure. So let's look at an illustrative example. So we have f of x equal to um, x plus 1. So you want to use this illustrative example to explain further the procedures we need to go through in order to find the inverse of the function. So we have a function f of x equal to x plus 1. So the first step is to let y be equal to the given function. So f of x now becomes y equal to x plus 1. So after letting y be equal to the given function, the next step is to interchange the positions of x and y. That means wherever you see x, you put y there, and wherever you see y, you put x there. So the equation becomes x is equal to y plus 1. Yes, so after exchanging or interchanging the positions of x and y, you make y the subject of the relation or the new equation that you have. On this note, making y the subject, we can see that y is on the same side of the equal sign with another term. So we need to move that term from that side where y is located to the other side of the equal sign. So this one should be moved to the left side of the equal sign. So this becomes x minus 1 equal to y. Therefore y is equal to x minus 1. So this is the inverse of the given function. The inverse f inverse of x is equal to this, what is x minus 1. So that is the inverse of this given function. Now let's look at more examples to give us further explanation to how we can find inverse of a function. So we have a question here that says find the inverse of the functions. So we have two questions here. The first one, f of x equal to 3x plus 1 and h of x equal to 3 over x minus 4. So let's look at the first question. What is f of x equal to 3x plus 1? So the first procedure or the first thing to do is to let y equal to the given function. So you replace f of x with y being equal to 3x plus 1. Now after making or equating y or letting y be equal to the f of x or the given function, what you need to do is to exchange the positions of x and y. That means wherever you see y, you put x there, and wherever you see x, you put y there. After which we make y the subject of the new equation that we have. And once again, you can see that the term containing y is in the same side, or is at the same side of the equal sign with another term 1. So because this 1 does not contain y, we need to move it from that side to the other side of the equal sign, and making sure that as you move a term to the other side of the equal sign, the sign of that particular term has to change. So you could see that this 1 here is positive. So the moment it comes to the other side, the sign changes from positive to negative. So we have x minus 1 equal to 3x, that becomes 3y. So that is 3y. Then we need to make y the subject. So we need to divide through by y. So we have 3y divided by 3. Let's write well. So 3 equal to x minus 1 divided by 3. So this takes off this. Therefore, y is equal to x minus 1 all over 3. So the inverse of the function f of x becomes f inverse of x is equal to x minus 1 all over 3. Now let's look at the second question, that is h of x equals to 3 over x minus 4. So once again, you let y equal to the function h of x. So y equal to 3 over x minus 4. So once again, after making y, or letting y equal to the given function, what you need to do is to exchange the positions of x and y. So y becomes x is equal to 3 over y minus 4. When this is done, you make sure that you make y the subject of the equation. And because this equation involves fraction, we find the LCM. So in this equation, the LCM is y minus 4. So we need to multiply through by y minus 4. So we have x multiplying y minus 4 equal to 3 over y minus 4 multiply here y minus 4. So you could say that this will cancel out this. So we are going to have x multiplying y minus 4 equal to 3. And so we need to do expansion here by multiplying through by x. So x times y gives us xy, then x times negative 4 will give us negative 4x equal to 3. And don't forget, we are making y the subject. So the term or the terms containing y should be on one side of the equal sign, and any term that does not contain y should move to the other side. So on the left side of the equal sign, we could see negative 4x. It doesn't contain y, so we need to move it to the right side. So we have xy is equal to 3 plus 4x. And once again, y is not the only, or y is being multiplied by coefficient. So in this case, the coefficient becomes x, and we don't want to see x, so we are going to divide through by x. So we have xy dividing through by x equal to 3 plus 4x dividing through by x. So this x takes off this x, so y equal to 3 plus 4x all over x. So this is the inverse. So how do you write it? The inverse of the function is going to be h inverse of x equal to 3 plus 4x all over x. Thank you very much and see you in our next video.